Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Mavis. I post law school related videos, lifestyle videos, beauty videos, vlogs, and for today's video guys, we're now up to our second episode of the legal term wherein I'm going to discuss about domicile and residence. Guys, pala may apologies if may maririnig kayong mga raindrops or may maririnig kayong maingay. But yeah, umuulan kasi guys sa labas. So that's already out of my control. But let's serve the purpose of this video. So let's start first with domicile. So guys, what is domicile? So domicile guys is the place where a person has certain fixed or settle his legal relations. Because of, we have 3. It is assigned to him by law at the moment of his birth. That is domicile of origin. The second one is it is assigned to him by law after the moment of birth but on account of legal disability, or in case the person is a minor, or in case the person is insane, or if the person is a married woman on account of marriage. The third one guys is it is because the home of the person is located in that place, and whenever there is temporary absence, there is still the intention to return. That is a domicile of choice in the case of Uitengsu versus Republic. So guys, we have 3 kinds of domicile. We have domicile of origin, that is domicilium originiis. The second one is constructive domicile or domicile by operation of law, that is domicilium necessarium. And the third one is domicile of choice. So isa-isahin natin yon. So guys, unahin natin domicilium originiis or domicile of origin. Domicile of origin, guys, is assigned to a person at the moment of birth. So, in domicile of origin, we have to determine if the child or the person is a legitimate child, legitimated, adopted, or if he is a foundling. So, guys, if the child or the person is legitimate, take note, guys, legitimate child, he has to follow, of course, the domicile of origin of the father. But if the child is posthumous child, ibig sabihin, he was born after the death of the father, of course, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the mother. If the child naman is illegitimate child, of course, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the mother. If in case naman, guys, that the child is a legitimated child, guys, means that the person or the child was illegitimate, but due to proper legitimation process, he became legitimate child. So sa case na yun, guys, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the father at the moment of birth. So if the child naman, guys, or the person is adopted, he has to follow the domicile of the natural parents or the parents by consanguinity. And if in case naman, guys, that the child or the person is a foundling, when we say a foundling, guys, is a person who is abandoned or with no known parents. So he has to follow the country, where he was found. Next, guys, is the second kind of domicile, which is domicilium necessarium, or what you call the domicile by operation of law, or constructive domicile. So here naman, guys, you have to determine whether the child or the person is legitimate child, illegitimate child, an adopted child, or a ward. So here pala, guys, domicilium necessarium, or tinatawag natin na constructive domicile, it is assigned by law to a person after the moment of birth, on account of legal disability. So if in case that person is a minor or an insane person, or if in case the person is a married woman on account of marriage. So here, guys, if the person or the child is legitimate child, of course, he has to follow the domicile of origin of the father. In the absence of the father naman, he has to follow the domicile of origin of the mother. So if the child is illegitimate child, of course, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the mother. And if in case that the child is adopted, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the adopters. And if in case that the child is a ward, of course, he has to follow the domicile of choice of the guardian. So in constructive domicile, guys, there are rules for married women. So if the marriage is valid, So the marriage is valid, guys, when the formalities and requirements set forth by law as to the validity of marriage has been obtained or has been complied with. So the rule is when the marriage is valid, the married woman shall follow the domicile of choice of the husband. But there are some instances wherein the law allows the wife to have a separate domicile from the husband. So there are 4. So the first one is if there is legal separation. The second one, if there is separation de facto, or when the third one, when the husband forcibly eject the wife from the conjugal home, and the fourth one if the husband lives abroad. So guys, what if the marriage is voidable naman? So voidable marriage, guys, means that it is valid till annulled. So before annulment, guys, the wife shall follow still the domicile of choice of the husband, and after annulment, so it is as if there was no marriage. In that case, guys, the married woman now no longer have constructive domicile. So it depends upon her now, guys, if she still want to remain with the husband. So if yes, then she has to follow still the domicile of choice of the husband. And if not, the wife now has the freedom to choose her domicile of choice. Let's now go to domicile of choice. So domicile of choice, guys, in the case of Uitengsu versus Republic, it is one chosen by the person to be his more or less permanent home. And if in case there is temporary absence on his part, there is still an intention to return. So guys, there are some principles that govern domicile of choice. First one, guys, is every person must have at least one domicile. Second one is a person cannot have 2 domiciles at the same time. And third one, a person may change his own domicile. And the fourth one, guys, if acquired, such domicile remains to be the domicile of such person until new one is obtained. In the case, guys, of Gallego versus Vera, it indicated the key elements of obtaining a new domicile. So, may 3. So, the first one, guys, is the residence or the bodily presence of the person in the new chosen domicile and the intention to remain there. And the third one, guys, is the intention to abandon the old domicile. Let's now go to residence. So guys, what is residence? Residence, guys, is a place of abode, whether permanent or temporary. And it does not carry with it a note of habituality. Unlike domicile, guys, that it always carry with it a note of habituality. In case of there is a temporary absence on the part of the person, there will always be an intention to return. So to differentiate domicile from residence, guys, domicile is more or less permanent and residence, guys, is more or less temporary. And in case of residence, guys, you can have 2 or more places of residence at the same time, but you cannot have 2 domiciles at the same time. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!